Let's check out the most interesting and or powerful signature spell options to come out of Wilds of Eldraine. And a quick note, we cannot use adventures, which is a shame because there are a ton of adventures in this set. It just doesn't work with Oathbreaker. And it stinks, but I get it. This is not the format to have creatures in the command zone. We've already got Commander for that. In a way, though, we can now have enchantments in the command zone as signature spell, with instants and sorceries that create role tokens. While not hugely powerful, these can be a good signature spell options for Enchantress decks. The tokens trigger Constellation and other enchantment ETB effects. They do not, however, trigger cast effects. Just something to keep in mind. As far as what Planeswalker these would be a good signature spell for, Esther the Masked and Calyx Destiny's Hand are our best enchantment-based Planeswalkers. Now my favorite role token creator is kind of a weird one, Asinine Antics for 4 mana. You may cast Asinine Antics as though it had flash if you pay 2 more to cast it. For each creature your opponents control, create a cursed role token attached to that creature. Enchanted creature is a 1/1. Now this one does not take away their abilities and stuff, but it can potentially be very powerful still. If you can make 5 or 6 enchantments with this, wow. Beseech the Mirror is a sorcery for 4. It has Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast the spell. Search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. If this spell was bargained, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana value is 4 or less, put the exiled card into your hand if it wasn't cast this way. This one reminds me of Bring to Light, which can be a powerful option in 3 and 5 color Oathbreaker decks as signature spell. You really need to be bargaining something to make this worthwhile, because we have way better tutors than this if we're just tutoring. So this would pair best with a Planeswalker that makes a token of some kind, especially if it makes a token with a +1 ability. Lich King's Conquest is a reanimation spell that kind of has Bargain. Sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, and or tokens. Return that many cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. This would seem to pair best either with a Planeswalker that makes more than 1 token at a time, and or gets things into your graveyard so you can reanimate them. Frankle's Prank is a sorcery for 4. Choose 1 or more. Each player discards 2 cards. Each player loses 4 life. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. This option doesn't scream synergy to me, it's just generically good. And although 4 mana is kind of a lot, especially if you only need 1 of the 3 when you cast it, the versatility is the power here. Expel the Interlopers is an exciting board wipe for certain types of decks. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal to the chosen number. There's 2 types of decks that could really utilize this. Wall tribal decks and token decks, specifically 1/1 token decks. In these cases, Expel the Interlopers often is a one-sided board wipe. From the Wilds of Eldraine commander decks, Tegwell's Scouring is another board wipe. For 6 mana, you may cast it as though it had flash by tapping 3 untapped creatures you control with flying in addition to paying the other costs. Destroy all creatures. Create 3 1/1 black fairy rogue creature tokens with flying. So this one's not a one-sided board wipe exactly, but you do get something back for it. It could work well with a Planeswalker that pluses to create flyers, something like Kaya the Inexorable. Unfinished Business is a sorcery for 5. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then return up to 2 target aura and or equipment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that creature. This is another one that would be good with an aura Planeswalker. Or it could be good with a Planeswalker that mills things into your graveyard and has like an aura or equipment sub-theme. Maybe you could do it with Diata, Binder of Wills. If you enjoy Oathbreaker content like this, please hit that like button. My channel is so little that every single like helps a lot. It's not easy making a YouTube channel based on Oathbreaker, which is not a very popular format, but it should be. This format is so much fun. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.